Let's talk about the healing pool in Bethesda in John chapter 5. So in this pool, basically, it was spoken back then that from time to time an angel of the Lord would come down and stir up the waters, and whoever had entered the water first would be healed of like whatever problem they have, like any disease, any disabilities, whatever. And there was plenty of people that were just laying around this pool, just waiting for the angel to come down and waiting for the water to stir up so they can be the first one to enter, so they can be healed. And in John chapter 5, it mentioned this invalid, doesn't specify what he has, but it mentions an invalid who had been there for 38 years. And I'm going to start in verse 6. When Jesus saw him lying there and learned that he had been in this condition for a long time, he asked him, "Do you want to get well?" "Sir," the invalid replied, "I have no one to help me into the pool when the water stirred. While I am trying to get in, someone else goes down ahead of me." Then Jesus said to him, "Get up, pick up your mat and walk." At once the man was cured, and he picked up his mat and walked. That's a lot to unpack in a couple verses. So what can we get from that? So the first part is that this invalid said, "I have no one to help me into the pool whenever the water stirred." And a lot of the times, even back then, like a lot of people knew about Jesus, and Jesus walks among them, but they still relied on other things besides Jesus to like heal them of things. Like this pool. Yes, this pool was supposed to be stirred up like by angels, but Jesus walked among us. So why are they relying on other things besides Jesus, right? And the next part is like super important. All Jesus says to him is, "Get up, pick up your mat and walk." At once the man was cured. He picked up his mat and walked. And what I think is that his faith and his attempt to even walk is what healed him, right? Like if he didn't attempt to like get up and pick up his mat, he would have never been healed. But since he had faith that Jesus could actually heal him and he could walk, like the attempt of him trying to do that is what actually healed him. So I think there's two things that we can learn from here. I think that we can learn to not put like our faith in like things of this world, but to put our faith in Jesus and like God in itself. And two, that like it's just a testament of our faith, right? Like we could accept God and like acknowledge that he's real, but we have to believe and receive him in our hearts, and to act like that, to like walk in our faith with God, and to believe that he is with us through everything. And that's kind of like what it's like telling us here. Like this man, like Jesus told him to like get up and pick up your mat. This man was like, "All right, I'm gonna do it." He did it. He was healed. Have faith.